y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and I just thought I would turn the video on real quick. I'm working on my heirloom journals, and I'm working on these little strips, and what I'm doing is these are just little extra strips that I had left over, maybe from the paper, you know, where you trim off the white strips like this, you know, or you have extra strips left over from papers like this. So and I thought, well, I had all of these scraps laying over on the side of my desk from the journal that I'm working on, and so I thought those scraps are getting on my nerves. I'm just about ready to throw them in the garbage, so what can I do with them? And so I was trying to think of some decorations for some of my pages. See, there's a strip. And so I thought, why not, you know, why not make some scrap strips? So that's what I'm doing. So I thought I would just turn the video on real quick and let you see what I'm doing. So this is, you know, these are little scraps that from the papers that I've used in my heirloom journal. And so I thought, you know, instead of throwing them away, and this is even some of the scrap ribbon that I had. And so, see, here's a strip, and then you can even use little size strips. And so I thought, okay, let's figure out something to do with them. So this is what I'm doing with them. So I thought I'd just play it on the video and let you see. So I'm just taking little scraps of my papers, and I'm just gluing them, literally just gluing them onto this little strip. And I'm turning them, you know, you can go straight up and down if you want to. I didn't particularly like the straight up and down, and so, you know, you can do bigger size strips or pieces, you can do smaller size pieces, however you want to do it. So this was some that I was using, and I'm just gonna you don't want to glue your whole strip because your glue will dry before you get all the way to the bottom. I hope y'all can see this. I'm sitting down, so I'm trying to keep it in frame so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I need to zoom out a little. Sorry. Here we go. Now maybe you can see the whole thing that I'm doing. Alright, and so I'm literally just tearing my pieces of scrap paper and I'm putting them on this little strip. Okay, so let's see, let's do one like this, and sometimes I want to slide it under, and I don't like the way that one's going, so we'll turn it the other direction. And this is just a way to use up the scraps that you have left over from the project that you're working on. Hey man, you know, use the scraps and then add it to your project that you're working on, and that way it all matches, and you know, it goes together, so you don't have to worry about whether, you know, it goes with your project or not. And then just glue them on. And so I thought, okay, well that's cute, but it's kind of plain, so what can I do with it? So I grabbed some lace pieces and went to my sewing machine, and I just stitched down the middle, and I added lace here and there. Now it's really difficult for me to take you to my sewing machine, so I'm not going to do that, but I will. I'm going to pause the video and go over to my sewing machine and put some pieces on this, and I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so hang on just one second. Okay, so I have them finished. Let me find the one that I did with you. I think this is the one that I did with you. So hopefully you can see that. So basically you just sew a strip right down the middle, and then you can put it in your journal. So I did several. I sewed several while I was over there because I already had some that were put together. So I'll just show you these, and then I'll show you what you can do with them. Then I had some of the shorter strips, and so I just did some smaller ones, you know, with the shorter strips that I had. So I'm going to bring the journal over here and let you see what I did with the first one that I did. Let's see. Hopefully you can see this. Alright, so I just glued it to the edge of the page, and that way you just have a little decoration on the edge of your page. And not only that, you know, if you sew a bunch of these big strips and you let's just find a different page here real quick. If you know, if your strip is too long for your page, you can cut it. So like I have this music page here that I'd like to add a little bit of something to. So let's just see. See, these strips are too long for the music page. And so let's do this. And you know, you don't have, it doesn't have to go all the way across the page. It can go a portion of the page or however you want to do it. And so I think what I want to do with this one is I want to cut it right here in the middle. Now I know you're cutting through your stitching, but that's okay because once you put the glue on the back, it's going to protect that stitching and it's not going to go anywhere. So I always just put the glue on the stitching, and that way I know it's going to stay and hold it. Okay, and then I'm just going to add this to the edge of my page. And then you kind of have a page tab, and you have a cute little decoration on the edge of your page that helps to make your page to not look so plain. And you use up your scraps. You can dig out your scrap laces, your scrap fabrics, and just sit and make strips and play with them and have yourself a little stash, you know, that you can use on all your different projects. Now another thing that you can do with these little strips, let me just move the journal here real quick. Okay, I have like some index cards, and these are not coffee dyed. Generally I would coffee dye them, but these are not, so it's okay if they're not coffee dyed. But you can take the you know, the strips, and you can put them on the index page, the index card, so that when you tuck it in, you know, you have a little tab already sticking out. Or if you want to do one along the top, you know, you can do one as a topper. So all different kinds of things you can do with these. Those are just a couple of things that I wanted to show you. So yeah. So I don't know. I haven't ever seen anybody else do these, but that doesn't mean a thing. I'm sure someone else has come up with it already. So, but I was just going to show you my version and show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to make a few more so that I can use up all of my scraps from this project, and then maybe tonight I might sit on my couch and make some more with that big huge box of scraps that I have. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with y'all. These are my scrap strips, I guess is what I'm going to call them. So scrap strips. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't mind. And thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all have a great day. Big hugs.